This is the facelifted Citroen C3 Aircross. What's changed in this popular small crossover?
The Citroen C3 Aircross replaced the C3 Picasso minivan. The C3 Aircross debuted in autumn 2017 and was even among the European Car of the Year finalists. I reviewed the original small Aircross 4 years ago and I loved it. It only lacked cup holders and it was on the pricey side. It's still not cheap, but if it's any consolation, everything else became expensive, so the C3 Aircross no longer stands out in the price department. And now we also get cup holders. More about that later. From the outside, changes are visible mainly in the front. The large squarish headlights were replaced with thinner ones. This forced the designers to change the front bumper. In the pre-facelift model, silver extensions of the chevron logo went around the day running lights. In the refreshed version, the upper extension touches the day running lights, while the lower bar touches the headlights.
The grille and the lower part of the bumper, imitating a skid plate, are now much sharper looking. To me, it's reminiscent of Peugeot design. I think I like the rounded, friendly fascia of the pre-facelift model more, but at least the changes are now clearly visible.
From the side and in the rear, I haven't spotted any changes. As it is usually the case with facelifts, we get some new paint colors, including this khaki grey. I chose a similar color for my Mini Countryman. It's called sage green over there. I think this is what the Germans refer to as Feldgrau. The 410-liter boot can be expanded to 520 liters with the rear seats slid 15 centimeters forward. The double floor allows for a flat loading area with the seats folded. That's almost 1300 liters. And with the front passenger seat folded, you can carry items up to 240 centimeters long. And there are shopping bag hooks as well. The back seat splits 40-60. The middle part can be used as an armrest with cup holders like in the Jeep Renegade, or can be used to carry items shorter than 240 centimeters. Headroom is surprisingly scarce for such a boxy car. Legroom is okay unless you slide the seats 15 centimeters forward, then there is no legroom. And there are also no USB ports, just a 12-volt socket.
In the front, the facelift is manifested mainly by new upholstery design. This, for example, is Hype Grey, and it's apparently part natural, part synthetic leather. I don't know which one is which, because even in the winter I feel like I'm sticking to it. Apparently these are the new advanced comfort seats. I don't know what's so advanced about them if they don't even have lumbar support adjustment, and after an hour or two behind the wheel, I feel more advanced comfort would be nice. The armrest is for the driver only, and I have to drop the handbrake to demonstrate. It's height adjustable, but I wouldn't mind an inch higher. Also, this is not very convenient. There is the new optional 9-inch infotainment screen. 7-inch is fine as long as you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, which may be an option on the lowest trim. I wish there was more than just one USB port. 4 years ago it was okay, but today I'm more surprised to see a 12-volt socket. And lo and behold, we have cup holders. The pre-facelift model had a visually interesting but useless handbrake lever which occupied all the space between the seats. Now the lever is narrower and there is place for my coffee.
The door pockets are large, the glove box is deep. There is also some small storage between the front seats, which the rear passengers can access as well. The dashboard hasn't changed, the dials are clear and easy to read. There is a head-up display showing your speed, speed limit and sat-nav directions, unfortunately not from Android Auto. Next to the start button is the grip control dial and hill descent assist button. I can't imagine a situation in which I would have to use the latter, but judging by the state of the rims, my esteemed colleagues must have taken this to Moab. The grip control system is basically several ESP programs which help you maintain traction on different surfaces. As long as you're driving straight, you should be fine. As soon as you start turning, you'll understand what the automatic all-wheel drive system is for.
There are just two engines to choose from. There's the 1.5-liter 4-cylinder diesel and the 1.2-liter 3-cylinder petrol. 6-speed manuals get 110 horsepower, and if you go for the automatic, you get 120 horsepower with the diesel or 130 horsepower with the petrol. All versions are equipped with stop and start, and I get the feeling the stop and start is less jerky now. However, when you turn the engine off, keep the foot on the clutch for a second or two, because otherwise the engine may want to continue running.
This is the 110 horsepower petrol. It should use around 6 liters per 100 kilometers combined. Realistically, you're going to be looking at 8, which happens to be what my 2-liter Countryman S uses. Citroen claims 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time is 11.5 seconds. I got around 12 on wet tarmac. The stick in the sand gear change doesn't help.
On the other hand, you're not buying a small crossover to win races from the lights. This is supposed to get you from A to B, where the roads are less than perfect, and the C3 Aircross delivers in this department. Just like in the Jeep Renegade, also in the C3 Aircross, the suspension copes better with bad roads in general than with single bumps. The steering is light but sufficiently direct. Maneuvering in tight spots is easy, with the turning circle below 11 meters. By the way, the Mercedes-Benz EQS with rear-wheel steering can turn just as tight. Did you know that?
Maneuvering is also easier thanks to the parking sensors and a reversing camera. I'm waiting for the day when PSA will finally adopt a proper 360 camera from Stellantis, because this stitched fake bird's eye view was pretty bad 5 years ago when PSA started using it. Or was it earlier? If you remember, drop me a comment. And the climate control is still either loud or ineffective. You have to set the fan to high and temperature much higher than you would do in other cars to feel warm in the winter. On the plus side, there is a proper heated windscreen, which you'll appreciate on frosty mornings. The driver assist systems work well enough. The lane departure warning seems to be less aggressive than in the pre-facelift car. Visibility is okay. Prices of the Citroen C3 Aircross start at €19,390 for the manual petrol. The cheapest diesel is $4,000 more, one if we take into account the trim. This test car is a Shine Pack 1.2 petrol 110 horsepower manual. With options, it costs almost €30,000.
4 years is a long time. The small crossover market is very competitive, and even within the Stellantis group there are many models to choose from. The C3 Aircross is definitely one of the most practical propositions out there, and if you like practicality as well as unconventional looks, take the little Citroen for a test drive. And how do you like the Citroen C3 Aircross? Or maybe you'd rather get the VW T-Cross or the Toyota Yaris Cross? Let me know in the comment section below.
If you like my sarcastic, down-to-earth and possibly mildly amusing car reviews, join me every Friday at 3 p.m. Central European Time, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, as it helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.